right, here we go. We're back with the semifinal match. It's very close, and Mackenzie Easterbrooks is ready to start out the second half. Mackenzie's at 53, Mackenzie's at 42, while Amanda's at 53. There's an 11-pin difference, but the boys are just the opposite. Josh Yaratz is at 41, while Anthony Delmonico's at 55 in a bonus ball. So it's a 3-pin difference in the match, plus the fill of the spare. And Amanda Banks makes her second spare of the match.
And it was a beauty, Steve. For a second, it looks like she caught the wood too light, but got just enough of it to carry the 7.
Mackenzie Easterbrooks with her second consecutive 10. It's a tight match.
Oh, it is.
3 pins still, Dan.
It is. Both teams have a
working
fill.
on spares.
It's really probably a 3-pin match.
Amanda off to the left corner, taking out 3. The triangle on the left. Mackenzie
get it down to a tie match minus the fill that Tony will fill later.
Anybody's ball game. Last week when we had the 11 and underage group, our teams were never really challenged in that final box.
No, in fact, both matches kind of got away.
Right. The teams build up a big enough lead that they kind of coasted in the last couple of frames. That may not be the case this week.
A rough 4 for Amanda. That's unusual for her.
Yeah, that's very unusual. Mackenzie, tough shot. It was a fine first ball. She's going to play the wood. She's on it. Nope, the wood snapped around it. Tough shot there.
Really tough leave.
Man, the Banks on the object.
He got it.
Carries through. A little heavy on that, Dan.
Yeah, but Pilgrim tends to splat those heavy ones a lot here.
Get a little sidewall action, I think, to help her out.
And while we have a chance, Steve, let's check out that sidewall action as Amanda picks up the spare.
A big spare, picks up 2 pins while Mackenzie takes 8. She's at 68.
Amanda's going to want to move her first ball just a couple boards right here. Get back on the head pin.
On the quarter pin, another 3. But it's a tight match. Every pin counts. She picked up 5 pins on that box. That was a nice shot by Easterbrooks. Can hear her dad in the background rooting her on.
She's had 2 now that she could have had. She's definitely bowling better than at the beginning.
A 9, 77 through 9. Coming up on her 10th and final box. A 7 for Banks. So Easterbrooks picked up 2. It's 77 to 90, a 13-pin difference.
It's kind of a seesaw watching Amanda here. Every other box is a mark. Then she has a rough box, so she's due for a mark.
It's a 1-pin difference in the match, but Delmonico's working on the spare. Nice ball by Amanda Banks.
Boy.
Oh, Aaron Souza had seen some of that last week. Nice ball by Easterbrooks. Tough shot for Amanda Banks. Going after the 5. Pinning important. Mackenzie with an 8. And an 85. And there's an 8. And a 98. It stays at 13 pins. We add that 13 to Josh Yaratz's 41. That would put him at 54. Delmonico's at 55 and a bonus ball. So we have a 1-pin difference.
And a ball.
And a ball. That's right, Dan.
Right now. And I'm getting hungry looking at all those ice cream cones in the back of Anthony's shirt. Right on the head pin, and unfortunately drove it through for a 4 fill. That's about the toughest thing you could do.
Sometimes it doesn't pay to hit the head pin. It's your object.
Nice second ball, though. Right in there.
And Anthony bowled very well his first half, so
and Josh
we'll see what he can do
in
here.
The last 2 boxes, finishing with those 2 10s, and actually bowled even better than that. So looks like he's finally found his range.
A really nice 9. Here's a great ball by Josh Yaratz. A big 9.
This is anybody's match. 5 pins. 1 mark.
In favor of Easterbrooks and Delmonico.
I add up all these kids' fills, and I'd say the average so far has been about a 5. So you're really looking at a 1-mark game right here.
There's a hammer. Wow.
Wow is right, Steve. Even in slow motion, that one doesn't take long to fall.
Josh Yaratz with the bomb. That's a statement ball, Dan.
That was a hammer and a half. Meanwhile, Anthony laid about as good of a ball as you could throw and left a 7, 8, 9 with tough wood, and he almost made that shot.
That was a really great try.
It'd be tough to be any sharper than he's been, and he's going to probably find himself behind here.
It's 4 pins. Anthony takes 9. It's a 4-pin difference, but Yaratz is working on the strike.
You look back at some of these times, he's just shooting at the 8-9 for his third ball. It doesn't seem like much, but sometimes just pinning and picking up that 1 pin.
If he can throw a double strike here, we'll give him a $20 gift card towards one of our events next year. It'll be a free pass. Well, no double, but he'll be looking for the second consecutive mark with a big spear here. Try to run that 4 horseman down.
I actually kind of like Anthony's a little better.
Both tricky shots, but makeable. Well, it's a big 7, Phil, for Yaratz.
3-pin lead now for Yaratz. Anthony with a 10 can put the pressure right back on Yaratz.
There it is. Anthony's throwing a really good ball. Pinning very well. There's an 8. It's a 1-pin difference.
Oh, this is awesome, Steve.
2 frames remaining.
2 frames remaining, 1 pin.
Anybody's ball game.
So what an exciting first match for the 12 to 14-year-olds. Deep breath for Anthony as he lines up his shot.
Banks and Yaratz are up 1 pin.
Both bowlers just slid by the head pin.
Anthony with a spear leave, Dan.
Yeah, I like Anthony's much better. Sometimes the wood in these 4 horsemen can hurt you, but this one looks like it should help.
It should carry the 10 if he puts it in the pocket. Just missed the object. 9s and 10s, Dan.
Yeah, only trailing by 1. Again, it's just back to, if Anthony can pick this, he puts the pressure right back on.
He's on it. There's a 10. We're all
a tie match.
We're all tied up.
And sometimes that's a gut check to tell yourself to play the 2 because you're basically giving up the lead. But you could be behind if you don't go for those 2. So he's going to count on. This comes down to right in the last box. This match is tied up.
Well, the Monaco on the quarter. Josh on the quarter.
2 straight half whisters.
Pinning.
The Monaco with the 179.
That's no gimme, Dan. That's no gimme.
He's got 2 pieces of wood that are going to help if he hits the head pin.
Big out.
They both have
still
8s
tied.
with 1 ball left.
Anthony looks. He's good. Well, we still could put it in the hole.
This could be a roll-off, maybe, too. Let's see.
Big ball. He's got 1.
This is as good as he could expect to get out of it.
And,
what a match.
We have a 1-pin match, a 1-pin victory for the team of Easterbrooks and Delmonico.
What a hand
What a great match.
The crowd loved that one.
That was a great match.
Big hand.
Our final score, Mackenzie Easterbrooks and Anthony Delmonico, 191. Amanda Banks and Josh Yaratz, 190. A great match. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with our championship match in a few moments, so please don't go away.